Welcome back to Amazing Sports Archive. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. How good are the Arsenal youngsters? It is obvious that Arsenal's spotlight is currently shining brightest on the young players that are making their names known in the club. A few stars have made it easy for Arsenal, clearly painting the picture of who the club's future should be constructed around. Certain individuals that have shown their talent is at a higher caliber than the rest, while are still so early into their careers. Outside of a few clear-cut names, Arsenal have a handful of other young players who are striving to prove themselves. Hale End has done its job, but now it is up to Mikel Arteta and his staff to give those who are worthy a chance in the top flight. Bukayosaka. The first two names on this list are remarkably obvious choices. There is no question that Bukayosaka is a player that Arsenal are keen on keeping for a long time. The No. 7 is already one of the club's best players at just 19 years old. His form in the last few months has been audacious, and thanks to him Arsenal's overall form has followed suit. Saka is not only one of the best young players in the Premier League, but among the best youngsters in the world. Gabriel Martinelli. A few of the young players' breakthroughs to the first team are one of the scarce upsides that came during Unai Emery's time as Arsenal's manager. Say what you want about him, he gave youth a chance. One of these breakthroughs came for Gabriel Martinelli, a name that went from unknown to treasured by all in a few short months. The 19-year-old Brazilian has shown a habitual knack for scoring. It's second nature to him. First in the Europa League, then in the Premier League, the goals have flowed. If it weren't for a severe knee injury that sidelined him for almost a year, he may have been producing on the same level as Saka. There is so much more to come from Martinelli. We can't wait. Emilesmithrowe. Emilesmithrowe is not a name that many supporters would have had at the top of their list prior to the recent stretch of games. Although he's been widely touted as a massive talent, injuries and squad depth has kept him out of the first team for the past 12 months since making his first Premier League start. Still, he is only 20 years old, and has recently broken into the senior fold and made a significant impact. Smithrowe's name has often been brought up as a solution to Arsenal's creativity problems, a remarkable turnaround after less than 270 minutes of top-flight football this season. He works really hard for the team and he had a really bad injury this year and hasn't really trained with us at all, Arteta told Sky Sports. For the last 2 weeks he has been much more involved and you can see what he can bring to the team. He is a player that I really liked since the first day I watched him, Arteta added. Just the way he moves, how intelligent he is with the positions he takes and his work rate, don't underestimate that. Eddienketiah. Patience is a virtue and that is especially apparent when it comes to Eddienketiah and his long-awaited rise into the Arsenal first team. It was only last summer when there were doubts over his future at the Emirates as his contract was set to come to an end. The striker was in fine form towards the end of 2021 to 2022 though, and Mikel Arteta convinced him to stick around. The 23-year-old penned a new deal with the Gunners in the summer and was also handed the famous number 14 shirt in the process. Arteta has had an excellent track record with Arsenal's youngsters and Nketiah has been no different. He has been a well-known prospect within the Arsenal fan base for quite some time. His record with Arsenal and England's youth set UPS for example was exemplary. Having scored 48 goals in 63 development games for Arsenal's under-18s and under-21s, Nketiah was one of the most natural finishers of his age group. The youngster had originally come through at Chelsea, but they decided to release him in 2015. Liam Brady was the head of youth development when Arsenal first took Nketiah on and he recalls being impressed straight away.